What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Live Fam Gang. Now today we're gonna be reacting to something you guys recommended, and it's something called infection AUs. And supposedly it's like different kids movies or shows, and they get turned into the scary horror compilation. Because I have no kind of backstory or no understanding of some of these, I decided to react to this one video. It's called "What is the Trolls Infection AU" by Ty Records LOL. In his description he gives credit to Chair Noises, so shout out Chair Noises. I think that's the one that actually made the AU, but this guy is basically gonna cover it for us so that we have a summary of everything that happened and stuff. So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn and let's see.
After doing videos on the AUs you guys have been requesting, I've noticed one terrible truth about all of them.
What?
Nobody's safe. And don't worry,
I mean, with how creepy all these look, yeah, nobody's definitely safe around here. Hell no.
Being sent to me, I just had a cold come up out of nowhere, but right now, this story takes place in the world of trolls. Before things get dark, I want you guys to keep in mind that trolls.
Now I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't remember too much of Trolls. I probably watched it like 1 or 2 times, so this is why another reason I need this recap.
Are tiny, bright, colorful creatures who basically live in a musical animated kingdom led by their queen, Poppy. There's also different tribes based on different musical genres like pop, rock, funk, and even hip hop. Where they live, sing,
I remember it kind of
is, and value joy in their home more than anything else. But sadly, in this
they just ugly as hell too.
Universe, everything joyful has been infected.
Oh no.
The AU starts off by giving us files loaded with some of the character stats.
Okay, let's see. Status negative, sanity 98%, stress 60. That's a very high stress level, by the way. A health 100%, hunger 0, thirst 5%. What you mean by thirst? Shortly after the outbreak, Guy Diamond volunteered to take Poppy's place as a nanny for Pop Village's children. As more and more parents are infected, Diamond's responsibilities become draining, caring for several distressed children alone while still making sure to care for his own son.
Presenting us with Guy Diamonds first. We can see that he's negative, so he luckily has not been infected.
Oh, okay, so status is like
levels of sanity,
if he's infected,
and health. But also, we can see that he's starving based off his hunger and thirst.
Oh,
unfortunately, it makes sense because, as you can see, he did.
I thought 0% meant he's not starving.
Babysitter of all the children in the village after the outbreak. So not only does he have his own kid to take care of now, but he also has everyone else's, including the ones who've lost their parents.
Wow.
Imagine if one
Wait, so they lose their parents because of the whole infection thing?
Had to make sure more than 50 kids were clean, fed, entertained, and put to rest.
Damn.
I can see why he's in distress.
I can only imagine it for just one. Imagine like 10, bro.
Poppy's kind of doing well. She's pretty healthy, but she's been starving herself as well. Mostly because not only is her boyfriend Branch missing, but she's been feeling like a failure as the queen. Obviously because of how many people are being infected. It's gotten so bad, she's even isolated herself.
So this is basically the files that we're seeing is like the aftermath of the infection or something?
Away from everyone. She even says, "Is Branch back yet?" Whenever someone comes and checks on her.
Nah, Branch is not back.
If you watch any of the Troll series, you know that this is kinda outlandish for her to do. They're all about happiness and staying close to one another. They even have a bracelet that lets them know to hug each other every single day.
Okay, that's too damn much, bro. Ain't no way you finna give me a bracelet every time I go up, I gotta hug you. Nah, hell no. If you smell like butt booty, I'm not touching you, nigga.
Which lets us know how dark this AU is going to be going forward. Poppy's boyfriend, Branch, has been missing days before the outbreak.
3 days?
And we'll learn
he's
more
done
about that soon. On the other hand, King Peppy, who's Poppy's father, looks very emotional and is sadly in stage 1 of the infection.
How many stages are there?
Is that he also has a new stat compared to everyone
else.
else.
What the aggression? Oh no, that must be a part of the infection.
Recorded labeled aggression, which possibly could be a trait from the infection. I'm guessing when he first found out he was infected, to make sure his daughter and everyone else was safe, he separated the infected from the non-infected. And if you watched the first movie, you'll know that this isn't everyone's first time being in Branch's bunker, because he built it for protection against these creatures called the Bergens that ate trolls to stay happy.
Yeah, see, I don't remember this part, bro.
They were allies. But anyways,
I gotta watch Trolls again.
Seems to be coughing blood, and with tears coming down his face, he says, "I must find Creek. All my life I've been running and hiding, and I refuse to be that man anymore." So he grabbed his lantern one late night and
he just went on
the troll forest on a mission, saying, "Branch, Creek."
Oh, he's looking for them.
Where are you? After
I don't know if that's a good idea to look for them if you're already infected, bro. You could possibly get them infected if they're not already.
Creek was finally found, but in a condition we've never seen him in before.
What?
Eyes wide, smiling in the dark.
He's black. Oh my!
He's been waiting
oh no,
for
he's
this
not.
moment.
Oh hell no!
Everyone missing that night.
Oh yeah, he got, bro. He's done. He's out of here, bro. Say goodbye to Peppy, Poppy, whatever his name.
While Bergentown Medical Sciences puts out a public announcement for their citizens due to high concerns.
Oh, hell no.
Be advised, the broadcast you're going to watch are showing off the results of the scientists' research. Keep in mind that they are 100% confident that they have found the truth behind the infection, confirming to us that it's not a virus, but it's in fact a pathogenic fungus called Pontus fungus.
And that's the thing about fungus, that shit spreads real quick, so.
Just know that this fungus changes
Multicellular
the behavior within its victims.
Wow.
And its main target are small organisms because of their soft tissue.
So that's why they're targeting the trolls, bro, because they're all pretty much tiny.
Infected will all have different symptoms depending on your size. Trolls with the fungus will experience swelling, hair loss, self-destruction, leaking fungal matter from their orifices.
So basically what all old men go through, right?
Which basically is mold and fungi coming out of all and every hole in your body. And
everyone? Every hole?
I'm not going into detail. The virus.
Why would you go into detail? Get your... I'm not even gonna...
can be spread from spores on the skin and more easily through skin-to-skin contact. They also say something interesting, which are vacationers and other creatures are immune or if not have minor symptoms compared to trolls. But another thing is, Rageons are banned from entrance. And the Bergens broadcasted this emergency warning for the citizens.
Uh-oh. All programs have been interrupted. Emergency announcement.
We interrupt our current program by the demand of the Bergentown State Militia. This is an emergency announcement to alert Bergentown residents. This is not a drill. All programs have been interrupted. Please listen carefully for further instructions.
Uh-oh.
Attention Bergentown residents. At 2:53 a.m. February 4th, authorities have been alerted to a recent surge of Rageons sightings in the northern Bergentown area. These incidents pose a serious threat to public safety. We urge all residents to stay inside and exercise extreme caution at all times. Local law enforcement agencies are actively investigating these incidents and deploying additional resources to address the situation. However, we urge everyone to take proactive measures to safeguard themselves and their families through the following methods. Lock all doors and windows. Turn off all room lights. Gather everyone away from doors and windows. Additionally,
not me.
we encourage residents to remain armed with a lethal weapon and to keep fully covered if available. You hear knocking at any door or window? Do not answer. Remain calm and stay out of sight. Has entered your home. Do not panic. Remain calm and stay out of sight.
No, they
You
didn't.
have been cornered by a Rageon. Fight and do not let the Rageon leave open wounds. You possess a firearm and spot a Rageon at any location. Aim and fire the target on sight. Do not stop until the Rageon is no longer moving. If you witness any suspicious activity or signs of an attack, please do not hesitate to contact emergency services immediately. Your cooperation is crucial in ensuring the safety and security of our community. We advise avoiding isolated areas, traveling in groups whenever possible, and refraining from engaging with any potential infected threats. Please stay tuned to local news outlets and official channels for updates and safety advisories.
I will.
Together, we can work to mitigate this threat and protect our community from harm. Stay safe. Remember, finding the cure starts with you.
Okay, bet. I took notes on all that, just so we know we're safe.
The recording ends here with a Rageon knocking on their window.
Oh, hell no.
Most likely because of their lights being on. Their fate is unknown.
Dude, why did you turn your lights off?
The broadcast I just showed you, somebody hacked the last broadcast and put on a plethora of videos and messages. And ever since then, panic erupted amongst all nations.
Wow.
The clip I'm about to show you,
dude, that would be so scary. Like, imagine this in real life, bro. Like, imagine the news get hacked and it's like some freaking unknown entity just talking to everybody. Like, dude, that would freak me out.
Mass hoardings of water bottles across all markets. There's even people using this to get an extra $1 out of this situation. As people are so desperate for water, they're forced to buy from scalpers who are overpricing regular water bottles. These scalpers,
bro, how do you overprice water, dude?
Even taking cruel measures by putting air in the water, like they're doing a Lay's bag scheme.
Wait, why would you put air in the water? Like, what does that do? Or is it, oh, they're trying to like make it to where they can make more water bottles by not filling it all the way up, huh? Because they're greedy for money. Oh shit.
It's in the water.
Wait, what's in the water? What's in?
It's in the water.
What's in the water?
It's in the water.
What's in the water?
It's in the water.
What's in?
It's in the water. It's in the water. It's in the water. It's in the water.
No!
It's in the water.
Oh hell no, bro. Poppy? Do you see me? I'm still here.
Branch is still alive, and he's reaching out to Poppy and the people. Now in the next part, we get more information on the status of other characters.
Bridget.
Now Floyd is kinda doing good, but of course is starving. And he's caught my eye.
Yo, I noticed like all of them are like pretty much starving, bro. But that makes sense because like where are they gonna get food from? Everybody's infected and shit. They're trying to just survive.
Suspicious character in this AU because weeks before the outbreak, it says that he barricaded himself in his own home. It's also been said that he's constantly on the internet, checking every location he knows of. And it said he seemingly knows more than what's documented.
Yeah, I was about to say
the outbreak. So Floyd,
this literally seems like this troll knows more than everybody else. Maybe they know about the outbreak before it happened and was like preparing for it. I don't know.
Barricaded himself, is cooking his water and has alcohol and other cleaning products in his home. It's possible Floyd knows exactly how this started and someone told him to do this.
Wow.
Which is why he says, please not the prisons. If you've seen the recent troll movie Band Together, you could see why Floyd would do something like this and betray the trolls by not telling them about the infection.
Yeah, I was about to say, why didn't you tell them?
Last time he was locked up, he almost lost his life. And this wouldn't be the first time a troll went out and betrayed his people to protect his own back, as this happened with Creek. When in the first film, Creek sold everybody else so that the Bergens eat them instead of him.
Wow, bro.
is doing horrible.
I mean, I can't really blame too much because it's like, damn, it's like life or death in those certain situations. But yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Like ratting out the whole damn species just for your life.
She's on stage 3 of the infection, which is the highest we've seen anyone yet.
Oh shit!
And it looks like she's been gruesomely gnawing and chewing on herself because there's
they just start eating themselves.
Substance crawling under her skin like an itch so bad that scratching with your teeth is better than your nails.
Oh my god!
She's eating herself, saying not enough space, while also saying I need a bath. Now,
yeah, we can tell you need a bath. You dirty ass. You eating your damn self. You eating your own ass.
One thing I know about mold and fungus is that they mature in water and they love it. Then this could be the reason why she wants a bath so bad.
Yeah, fungi, and like bacteria, they like being on wet surfaces because it allows them to like grow and make more.
Queen Poppy, on the other hand, is doing way worse than a week before.
She's
still negative of the virus, but still is barely eating and also is way more stressed than before. She also says thank you Bridget, who's a very well-known Bergen, so she has moved to Bergentown and out of the bunker. Which unfortunately means something went down at the bunker. Here, what happened to Essence and Quincy is kind of devastating, as they're the leaders of Vibe City, and not only have they lost both of their sons, but they inevitably will lose all of the people in town to the infection.
And they have the aggression thing, bro. I wonder if they're gonna start fighting each other.
With them being infected as well.
Sickness
with them saying sorry, what did we do wrong? While accepting the fate that the infection has for them.
Wow, bro, that's sad.
City followed the rules more strictly. They wore masks and they even did no social gatherings. But where they messed up, it also says that they've been taking baths daily. And remember,
dude,
it's in the water.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all stink, but y'all gonna have to just deal with it, man. Cause you get in that water, you're done.
It's fallen. It's in the water. Symphonyville has been destroyed. The
Symphonyville?
Bergens are immune to the fungus, so their kingdom is standing strong, for now. And sadly, the virus is affecting trolls no matter where they go. Which brings us to Barbara, who's the queen of Rock City.
Barb.
She's negative with the virus and actually, believe it or not, doesn't even know what's going on around the world.
Yeah, she looked like she don't know
She
nothing.
hasn't been eating, but it's most likely because it's revealed that her town is flooded. And Poppy and nobody have told her anything, which is why she says, is she ghosting me? So not cool. And as she comes and checks on Poppy, she's walking through the bunker. And she says, yo, what happened here? Gnarly. Then something grabs her and pulls her into the dark. Whoa, what are you doing?
What the heck?
Get your hands off of me.
Bro, it's the thing in the water. Oh,
Stand back. I'm warning you, man. And with
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you're done.
Infected
Ew.
stands, smiling, watching her beg for
Yo,
mercy.
this is so creepy, dude. Like, just imagine seeing this, like in your, like when you wake up or something.
In his
Nah.
water. Now I told you about the cities that are going to fall.
So is that like the original freaking infection? That one that's in the water?
Have been destroyed and have been washed away, consumed by the fungus. But similar to the Bergens, one of them still stands. The home of the Rageons, also known as teenagers within trolls. Now remember,
Teenagers.
the scientists told all nations
Yeah, I remember
to
this.
burn everything that's contaminated. But sadly, plastic doesn't burn. It just melts. If you
that's
haven't
true.
noticed by now, the Reagan city was burned down due to contamination problems and other possible agendas. But no, this didn't fix the problem because plastic stays after melting and spreads, which ironically is what the citizens did after it burned. Their skin is made out of vinyl tapes. They are
Vinyl
plastic,
tapes?
causing the survivors to spread amongst all nations, not fixing the believed problem at all.
So basically, them melting is like us having bacteria just spread onto each other, like touching each other and breathing around each other. That's like their way of spreading infections.
In the next part, we're given more lore about the fungus. The Pontus fungus is not naturally aggressive. It doesn't attack unless prompted or given a good reason, which is when someone's usually in their territory. And only take control of a host so they can be taken to a body of water.
The fuck is this nigga deep throwing this?
Almost like it's using their body as a taxi
Or is that his tongue?
to just get in some water. Now it's clear why Delta Dawn wanted a bath so bad, and it felt like somebody was trying to get out of her skin. And this is when they show us what they look like.
Ew!
They are harmless.
They're black!
Dark creatures. And it's revealed that they are only hostile when something is getting in the way of it maturing. And that brings us to the Rageons.
Okay.
The Rageons are special creatures to the fungus. Not only do they have vinyl plastic skin, but they also have
They can't absorb water,
no
so
lungs, no veins,
Yeah.
and no heart beating. And their skin can't absorb
they can't
water,
even grow.
but the fungus can still make its way inside of their body.
How?
The only problem is it needs water. The fungus will get more aggressive, but also wait until it can sprout, causing the Rageons to fight back by stretching and stretch
shit.
and stretch and stretch and never break until eventually the Pontus adapted. It has
What?
changed them and made them more hungry.
Oh
More
shit.
files are shown.
So when the fungi get more hungry, they get way more aggressive, and then they start just really fighting against you, I guess.
to us, starting out with John Dory, who's
John
pretty
Doe.
healthy but just badly injured. It seems that he was trying to get away from everybody and all of the infection stuff, but is sadly forced to be stuck here. Who doesn't want to leave his brother behind, who actually took care of him after he was caught by a Regan mob and got beaten up and barely was able to escape and
Damn.
survive. Now, John's
Yeah,
brother
see, me personally, I wouldn't take that, bro. I would have like beat them all up for real.
Bruce, on the other hand, isn't
That's just me,
infected,
though.
but misses his family a lot. And wants to leave, but doesn't
Dang.
want to leave his brother behind. But
That sucks, bro. Imagine being like a survivor, which is good that you survived, but then you lost your whole family. Like, what do you even do after that? Because you don't even know where the world's gonna go, bro.
he isolates
Everywhere's
himself in
fucked
a box
up.
all day, so they'll never both know that they both want to leave and leave. Clay is probably doing the best out of any troll. He's been babysitting, reading books, and making sure he's getting enough fun. Viva is probably my favorite character off this look alone, but is looking the coldest out of everyone. She is Poppy's sister, so I'm not surprised that she's doing well, or kinda doing well, as she doesn't really trust anybody after finding herself trapped for a second time after leaving the golf course.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trust anybody in general with this whole infection thing, bro. Because you never know, like, some people could be in stage 1. Some of the people that are in stage 1, they look like they're not even infected and stuff. So how can you really trust people? And then, do the fungus really talk through them? Or make them say things or think things?
Clay convinced her to leave with him after he wanted to take a tour of the destroyed Mount Rageons. But since they're trapped, she doesn't really trust anybody anymore, not even her own body, as she's experiencing ticking and also experiencing random faints.
Yeah,
she feels
that's
like
what I'm saying. Like, you don't even know if you got infected, so you're just like always watching out for symptoms and shit.
Lost all control of herself, and the only
that has
thing
to be so stressful.
down is drawing with Clay. Branch is still alive and is seemingly using a staple gun as a weapon. His health is not looking too good, as it's at 35%, but he's been eating well, and he's also pretty sane. But then again,
only 50%. That was not saying to me. And look at his face.
Still has lost a huge chunk of one of his ears.
Oh my gosh.
She's gotta be out there still. I just know it. It turns out he's been in Reagan City the whole
That's the thing. Hey, relationship, you know what I'm saying? People you love, that'll drive you to do anything.
Time, which they now call Melting City. He's been fighting with others, and not only has he been losing a lot of blood, but a lot of friends. And sadly, he's alone right now and defenseless because he ran out of bullets. So
he has no more
all
staples.
he's gonna have to take is Poppy to find him. Then there's a foul on our first Reagan, whose name is Ritz.
Oh, Ritz.
He's extremely healthy, but he's really sad because he misses his mom, who he probably lost during the meltdown of the city. All he thinks about are fires and sirens and the monsters that all were once called his friends. And he was found hiding in the corner of a walk-in freezer, shivering. Surprisingly, Veneer shows up in this AU after confessing to the whole Mount Rageons that him and his sister were torturing trolls. They were arrested.
I thought they were about to say something different, bro. I thought they were about to be dating. I was like, dude, come on, bro. It's a kid show.
But to be honest, his sister was kind of the mastermind and manipulative one. But anyways, the status on whether or not he's infected is said to be unclear for the first time. We don't even know his current health or whether or not he's insane or not. And all he keeps saying is, "This is all my fault, Vels. I'm so sorry. I did this to us." So he's
is it actually your fault?
Himself up over confessing to a crime that him and his sister were partaking in, and the prison has been completely abandoned ever since the.
This is crazy. So this whole like AU thing, it like uses the characters from the actual movie, the things that they go through and stuff, and kind of turn it into a dark, twisted story.
Break for at least 2 weeks now, so of course he's not eating. And his sister won't leave him alone. Meanwhile, this kid is asking their guardian if they could go across the street and play some arcade games. And they're like, okay, just make sure you bring John Dory with you. And if you hear anything, run back over here right away. And then they go and argue about which Street Fighter character they want to play as. Then the AU takes us back to Veneer's dialogue, where he says, "Ves, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I did this to you. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
And he's gonna drive himself crazy.
Sorry, I did this.
He feels like everything is his fault.
I did this to you.
That's like one of the worst feelings is guilt, bro. Like, especially when you know you did something wrong, whatever, and like it kills you inside. Especially overthinkers, bro. If you guys are overthinking, you know what I'm talking about.
So sorry I did this to you. I didn't mean for this to happen.
It like
and on the other side of the cell, infected, is his sister.
Oh hell no!
Breathing heavily and uncanny.
That's why he's saying this, bro, because he's literally seeing his sister infected like this. Oh my god, this is literally disgusting.
Watching him from the other side.
Wow.
Seemingly trying to get in, even biting the bars.
Hey, chill.
Are we still stars? Meanwhile, in Bergentown, Chanel tells Poppy,
"We're nowhere near a goddamn star, but you're done. You're gone. You're ugly.
Need to show you something." They turn on the TV for her and it's just static and white noise. After showing her what was on the TV, they look at her and say, "Poppy?" Poppy's crying.
Talking about Chop. This is the most Chop character in Trolls, bro.
Most likely from what she's seeing on the TV, which was probably a message from Branch showing Poppy where he's at and the condition he's in. That's when Satin tries to say, "Poppy, and then she cuts him off saying, "We gotta go after him. He's trying to warn us. We have to find him and save everyone else." And after she's done, he says, "Poppy, Gristle, we're not gonna leave him behind, right?
Yes, we are.
Gristle, on the other hand, who feels remorse and sad for Poppy, looks at Satan because hoping that he'll be the one to say what she knows will hurt Poppy's feelings. Poppy, we can't afford the risk. We'll look into it later though, okay?
Wow.
I'll check up on you later, Poppy. The door slams shut and Satan starts
Thought we
yelling.
should have never said a word.
I told you, we should have never said a word. That's when Gristle says, and what? Lie to my best friend? You jerk. As Poppy listens in despair.
Nah, this is sad though, because it's like, it is a huge risk to even go out and try to look for people and stuff, because infected shit is all around, bro. If you have any type of safe place, then yeah, it's gonna be very tempting to just never fucking go outside or never do anything again, bro. So I get it.
She says in her mind,
but I know it's sad, bro.
I can't accept this.
Can't accept
Picks
this.
up her coat and says, I gotta find a branch. Whether they go with me
Yeah.
or I go alone.
I was about to say, I know she's gonna go
It's been a couple days
alone.
since Poppy left Bergentown and we're given a status on their current state. She seems like she's handling herself pretty well with her scissors. And let's not forget, in the world of trolls, even without the infection, there are still a lot of dangerous creatures out there that Poppy has to protect
Yeah, dangerous. What the hell just happened in this last 5 seconds, man?
herself from. But it's also revealed that every time she kills an infected, her heart hardens, which means that she's getting colder as a person. She's starting to lose her joy and not see the world as cupcakes and rainbows anymore. Saying, I'm
Damn,
not
that's
giving up
dark.
on him now. He must be trapped somewhere with working cell towers. King Gristle.
I wonder, why does her heart get colder? Just because of just who she is or whatever? Or is it part of an infection that we don't know about?
Jr. is sad because he has to do what he has to do as a king. And sadly, not everyone's gonna like it, including his own girl, Bridget. But all he's basically saying is, you would understand if you were in my shoes. He has constant fights.
Well, he's wearing these Jesus chanclas,
Basically
so I don't
saying is, you would understand if you were in my shoes.
He's wearing these Jesus chanclas. I don't think anybody wants to be in your shoes, but
He has constant fights with her, so his relationship's not doing so well right now. And then also, he's a king during an outbreak. So of course, he's very stressed. And on top of that, the Bergens, not only do they have their citizens, but they also have all of the troll citizens moving into their town as well. Guy Diamond is back, if you remember. He was the village's babysitter, but now none of the babies are found. A lot of Bergen children are disappearing along
They're all
with
gone?
trolls, and he is very stressed over this and actually has been let go from being a nanny because he's just unstable.
Bro.
And he's frantically looking.
Wait, how did the kids just go all gone? Did they all get infected or something?
For Tiny Diamond and Keith, who are missing.
Oh,
Chanel is not doing too well and is very stressed. She's pretty healthy but is not eating as she sits on the other side of her sister. Separated by a glass door.
Oh my gosh.
Her twin is infected and she won't let her go. Her sister
And in stage 3, dude. Let's see, aggression 35%. Miracle that only one of them tests positive. Same thing. That's what I'm saying. Only one of them. Tense swelling, leaking orifices, and self-destructive behavior. The dark fluid has been identified as decomposed fungal tissue and white blood cells.
Mr. Satin is in stage 3 right
What
now
the
currently,
hell?
and keeps saying need more space to grow because the fungus needs room to grow and mature,
Oh
or
my
it'll
God.
get angry. As you can see, she's been chewing and nibbling on herself.
So they chew and get rid of their own skin just so like a fungus can prosper. But like, I don't get it. Doesn't the fungus need a host? No, like why would they want to break outside their body? Unless that's the true final form is outside the body. And they just need the body to actually like give it the nutrients and stuff to grow out. I don't know.
And black substance has
That's
been
just a
coming
guess.
out of her body, which is said to be her dead tissue and cells of blood. In the next part, we see Tiny Diamond, who again was separated from his father, is now running through the forest at night. It seems like he's being chased by something, and then he hits a dead end and fortunately finds Keith. And as he's going to hide with him, he hears some gurgling. And as he looks over, he sees a nasty fusion of Biggie and Barb. And sadly, Barb gets stabbed through the eye and stepped on by a monster. And as the beast growls, Tiny Diamond hides for his life.
Oh, hell no.
While listening to it devour and consume Queen Barb and Biggie. That's when the creature...
Bro, so they already look like a damn giant monster of their own, and then another one just comes in and just eat them like nothing, bro. Holy crap.
leaks its way towards Tiny behind the tree.
No.
And says, found you. And as it's about to consume the tiny little troll, bang! bang!
Oh yeah,
Gets
somebody
shot
shoot that
in the
hoe.
face. And as that
I'm surprised it went down with just a bullet though. How big it is.
mysterious gun that shot that monster reloads, Tiny catches himself on the ground, and as he gets up, he hears, "Well, hey there, little guy."
What the hell is this?
And as he wipes his coat, he says, "You're pretty far away from home, aren't you?"
This is just a regular human? What the f—
Now, don't mind me, girl starving. Later that night, they were
Oh, hell
found.
no.
It says they were only gone for 36 hours. The only one they could interview was Tiny, who was too deep in distress and could only say he remembers a tall man with long hair and a printed gun. Meanwhile, more and more kids are
Who the hell was
going
that?
missing in Bergentown. And the trolls in town are
Bring
getting
back
more and
Poppy.
more outraged by the fact that their kids are going missing and also Poppy is missing, creating
I wonder why the kids are getting targeted so much, because how do their bodies can even handle the infection in the first place?
graffiti like this saying, "Bring back Poppy." As more and more citizens get angry, they're starting to lose hope in Gristle and Bridget's leadership. Rumors are also going around that are angering people that Chef is back and is working in the disposal unit for the Bergens. If you didn't watch the first movie, just know that Chef is an evil Bergen who
Chef?
thought the only way for them to be happy is to eat trolls who are always happy, and didn't want to learn how to be happy. She just wanted to eat. But either way, most of the trolls are completely angry
Yeah,
with
she just used the whole happiness excuse as just a excuse to just eat people.
the Bergens because
There was
they're
no
not
other thing.
telling them exactly why Poppy went missing, and they're kind of being Hollywood about it. The townspeople are basically being hit with the, "Yeah, she'll be back pretty soon. Just hold on for a sec." We're shown a file
Nah,
for Smidge,
they don't
who's
even
basically
know.
rallying up all of her comrades to form a rage group who basically
A
are
rage?
mad over the fact that Poppy is gone, and
Wow.
they're probably the ones that are doing the spray painting
Well, basically they're just gonna be protesting, bro. A rage group is crazy. Like, what you guys gonna do? Just start screaming every day?
around the town. Guy Diamond is back again and doesn't look mentally stable, and he also is not able to see his son after they found him, and he kinda has a lot of resentment towards the whole foundation that is doing that. He's worried that he can't see his son,
can't blame him.
and while also hearing rumors that Chef is back, he doesn't want his son to get eaten. But little does he know is that Tiny Diamond
Yeah,
is
imagine having to worry about Chef and this damn infection shit. God damn. Hopefully the Chef gets infected.
the reason why he can't see his son. He's not talking or answering any of the questions, so it seems like he's unstable. He's even gotten his hair cut because he doesn't even feel right. So out of the protection of everyone else, he's been
Shit got a low taper fade, little bro.
isolated. Keith hasn't said anything. They can't get anything out of him.
Undocumented?
And he really barely ever says anything in the series.
Well,
At least
that
in
makes
the
sense.
movies, from what I know. And now it's revealed that Chef is in fact alive.
No way.
She's a part of the disposal team, and it seems like she's
God
kind
damn,
of
she got a big ass gun, bro.
enjoying it. All her job is just to burn the infective, and clearly by what she's saying, it's not like they'll be missed. She's loving her job of burning trolls. She also seems to be doing something with the dead bodies as
Yeah,
it
Chef gotta get taken out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I was the trolls, I wouldn't let this slide.
says she has a untapped market with them, which means that she's probably eating the remains.
What?
Now we learn
Oh,
what's been
nah.
happening with the kids. Val and King Peppy have been taking the kids, most likely probably because they heard Chef was back in the Bergen. It's
What
also
the
revealed
fuck?
that Diamond actually got his kid back, but he's giving him away to keep him safe. And as they head back to Bergentown, they're walking through the woods.
Did the right thing,
And
by
they're
the way.
hearing some ringing bells.
Oh,
and
shit.
that's when we see this horrifying
Ew.
monster
Ew.
with the wallet of Rachel's on the ground.
What the
And they look over, hearing mauling and crunching noises.
Oh,
and as
hell
they watch,
nah.
they say, "Oh, Rachel,
Oh, Rachel?
poor girl."
So it was the Rachel,
And it
the
looks
monster?
up at them.
Ew! Oh, hell no. Yeah, I would just say goodbye after that, bro. Like, what the hell we gonna do against this big ass thing, bro? Little trolls, we like 1'2", bro. Nah. Oh my. Oh, hell no.
In the frost, it rests in peace with skin stolen from the children.
Bro, so it does need children.
And snow, quietly, alone,
Ew.
afraid.
Bro, this reminds me of like the Boyle one, how it was talking.
Where are the mothers, the owners rest of the children who now sleep in the snow.
What the fuck?
Why do you blame me?
Because you're fucking insane.
I'm scared of the feet I walk with, the teeth I grew in. I want to cry too.
Oh, hell no. So was that like actually the Rachel speaking
Back
or what?
at the prison cell where Veneer is staying at, Vel is looking through the bars, infected. And as she looks at him, she begins to break the bars easily. Veneer, who's distracted by drinking toilet water, starts to realize she's breaking in.
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, I was gonna judge for drinking toilet water, but they don't have nothing else, so.
And he gets completely scared. And she breaks all the bars on the cell, saying, Vel, stop. I give up. I'm so sorry. All you wanted was to be seen, to be loved.
Oh,
and I took that away from you. Just do it already, Velvet. And she goes in for what it seems to be the kill. But in all reality, it's a hug. And just like that, Veneer and infected Vel escape the abandoned prison.
I thought he was cooked.
With his status being surprisingly changed to immune.
Immune?
Back at the Bergen Castle, Bridget and Grisel are asleep one night. And Bridget wakes up and says, babe.
I mean, technically, yeah, he kind of is immune because the infected just touched him and he didn't get infected.
Babe, Grisel, wake up.
But
it fails to wake him up, but then she starts to monologue and think about everything that's going on. She starts to talk about how she doesn't feel like they're doing enough, but also they're on the good and bad side. How people are looking at them as the worst people ever, but also their saviors. She says as a brigand, she's used to people running away from her, and now she's getting used to people coming up to her and greeting her and loving her. And then she says, I hope Poppy's doing well, but I guess you're doing good right now, babe, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So, good night. But only if little Bridget
are they actually
knew.
Let me know, what do you guys think? Are they actually doing good with their kingdom, yes or no?
That sleeping was the last thing on the king's mind.
Oh shit.
How can a king sleep when the infection has gotten to the sheep?
That's true.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure to subscribe for the next parts so you don't miss out.
So there's gonna be another part to this?
Bless you, people.
Wow.
Peace.
Yeah, shout out to Chair Noises for making this. This is very well thought out and everything. I like how it connects like the actual movie and then like uses those details to make this freaking crazy twisted version of it, bro. But yeah, guys, if you guys like this, make sure to leave a like and let me know other infection AUs you guys want me to react to and stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.